I will establish them in a state of unsurpassed, perfect, complete, and precious Buddhahood. All mother sentient beings, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and omniscience. May they experience happiness, be separated from suffering, and swiftly I will establish them in the state of unsurpassed, perfect, complete, and precious Buddhahood. Dagla dang warje parje pad. Sorry. Dagla dang warje pejal no parje pad. I'm sorry, I got the wrong melody there. Dagla dang warje pejal no parje pegeg. Tar pa dang tam she ken pe bar du jo parje pa tam she ki so je pe. Ma nam ka dam yam pe sem chen tam she de wa dang dan. Dug nao dang dral nor du la na me pa yang dag par zog pe zhang ju rin po she to pa ja. Thus, until I achieve enlightenment, I perform virtuous deeds with body, speech, and mind. Until death, I perform virtuous deeds with body, speech, and mind. From now until this time tomorrow, I perform virtuous deeds with body, speech, and mind. Deshe du sang ma ge gi ba du lu na gi sam ge wa la ko. Ma she ba du lu na gi sam ge wa la ko. Du de ring ne song te ni ma sang ta sam gi ba du lu na gi sam ge wa la ko. Thus, until I achieve enlightenment, I perform virtuous deeds with body, speech, and mind. Until death, I perform virtuous deeds with body, speech, and mind. From now until this time tomorrow, I perform virtuous deeds with body, speech, and mind. The long refuge prayer. We take refuge in the kind root and lineage lamas. We take refuge in the deities of the mandalas of the Yadams. We take refuge in all the exalted Buddhas. We take refuge in the perfect Dharma. We take refuge in the excellent order of the Sanghas. We take refuge in all the noble Dakas, Dakinis, and Dharma guardians, possessors of the eye of wisdom. We take refuge in the kind root and lineage lamas. We take refuge in the deities of the mandalas of the Yadams. We take refuge in all the exalted Buddhas. We take refuge in the perfect Dharma. We take refuge in the excellent order of the Sanghas. We take refuge in all the noble Dakas, Dakinis, and Dharma guardians, possessors of the eye of wisdom. Transcends awa danger parje pe pal dan lama dampa nam la kapsu chio. Yidam kil gorgi la sok nam la kapsu chio. Sangye chom dende nam la kapsu chio. Dampe cho nam la kapsu chio. Pape ke du nam la kapsu chio. Pawo ka jo cho kyung song me song yeshe gi chang dang demba nam la kapsu chio. Taking the Bodhisattva vow. Until I attain the heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in all the Buddhas. I take refuge in the Dharma, and likewise in the assembly of the Bodhisattvas. As the previous Buddhas embraced the enlightened mind and progressed on the Bodhisattva's path, I too, for the benefit of all sentient beings, give birth to bodhicitta and apply myself to accomplish the stages of the path. Until I attain the heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in all the Buddhas. I take refuge in the Dharma, and likewise in the assembly of the Bodhisattvas. As the previous Buddhas embraced the enlightened mind and progressed on the Bodhisattva's path, I too, for the benefit of all sentient beings, give birth to bodhicitta, and apply myself to accomplish the stages of the path. Changshu Ningpo Chiki Ba Sangye Namla Kapsu Chi Chodang Shangshub Sampayi So Klang Deshin Kapsu Chi Jitar Nonggi Deshegi Shangshub Tugni Ke Padang Shangshub Sampe La Pala De Dagrim Shen Ne Pata De Shen Drola Pendandu Shangshub Samni Ke Giching De Shen Du Ni La Pala Rinpa Shindu La Pa Ji O. In the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha most excellent, I take refuge until enlightenment is reached. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. In the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha most excellent, I take refuge until enlightenment is reached. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. Sangye Chodang Soki Chonamla Changju Bardu Dagni Kapsu Chi Dagi Jinsoki Pe Sonamgi Chola Penshir Sangye Jupasho. The four master of vast immeasurables. May all mothers, sentient beings, boundless as the sky, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they never be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. May all mothers, sentient beings, boundless as the sky, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they never be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. Manam kadam yam pe sem chen tam she de wadang de we godang dampa jorchi. Dognal dang donal gi gudang drawa jorchi. Dognal me pe de wadang midra wa jorchi. May ring jag dang ni dang dra wei tang namla ne pa jorchi. Now we go to the 7-limb prayer. I bow down respectfully with my body, speech, and faithful mind to all Tathagatas in the 10 directions. Those who have already reached the Tathagata state, those who are reaching it at present, and those Tathagatas still to come. Through the power of Samantabhadra's prayers, may all the Buddhas manifest vividly in my mind. I prostrate to them, multiplying my body as many times as there are atoms of the earth. In each atom, I visualize as many Buddhas as there are atoms, surrounded by countless bodhisattvas. Thus all space is filled with Buddhas and bodhisattvas. I praise all Buddhas through magnificent chanting, expressing the great ocean of their excellent qualities. To all Buddhas, I make offerings of various pure flowers, flower garlands, of music, anointing oils, magnificent light, and fragrant incense. I make offerings to them of fine garments, perfume, and potpourri, piled high as Mount Meru and arranged in the most beautiful way. I visualize the highest and most extensive offerings and offer them with great faith to all Buddhas. I prostrate to the Buddhas and make offerings to them, following the deeds of the great Bodhisattvas Samantabhadra. I confess to all Buddhas whatever negative actions I have committed due to the power of anger, desire, and ignorance. I rejoice in the merit of all the Buddhas in the 10 directions, of the great Bodhisattvas and Pratyeka Buddhas, those who have attained arhatship, those who have entered the path to arhatship, and all other beings. I request all great protectors and Buddhas to turn the highest wheel of Dharma as a light dispelling the darkness of beings in the 10 directions and leading them gradually to the enlightened state. I supplicate those beings intending to pass into parinirvana to live long for as many eons as there are atoms of the earth in order to benefit all beings. Whatever merit I've gathered through prostration, offering, confession, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying for the sake of the enlightenment of all sentient beings, all this I dedicate. So now we go to the mandala offering. So that's page 10A in our Deity Yoga book. English and then Tibet. The ground is sprinkled with scented water and strewn with flowers. It is adorned with Meru, the supreme mountain, the 4 continents, and the sun and the moon. As a Buddha field, I offer it. May all sentient beings attain the happiness of the Buddha fields. To the lamas who possess the 3 kayas, I offer the outer, inner, and secret offerings with my body, wealth, and all that is visible. Please grant me the supreme realization and enlightenment. Whatever merit I've gathered through prostration, offering, confession, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying, for the sake of the enlightenment of all sentient beings, all this I dedicate. Om Guru Ratna Mandala Puja Mega Samudra Saparana Samaye Ahom. Sashi Bocho Jugme Totram Rirablin Shini De Kampadi Sange Shen La Mikte Powayi Jokun Nam Dag Shindu Ke Washo Kusong Yong Sog La Me Sog Nam La Chi Nang Shang Sum De Shin Yi Ki Cho Daglu Long Cho Nak Shi Yong She La Wa Me Cho Gi No Ju Sam Du So Chaksa Wadang Cho Ching Sa Padang Jesu Yi Rang Kol Sing So Wa Yi Ge Wa Jung Se Da Gi Ji Sag Pa Tam She Zog Pe Shang Shu Chi No Om Guru Ratna Mandala Muga Puja Mega Samudra Saparana Samaye Ahom. Next is the supplication to Lord Jigden Sumgun. Unequaled refuge, ornament of the world, your fame pervades the 3,000 worlds. You are the victor Vajradhara without a doubt. I bow at the feet of the Father Jigden Sumgun. Continually, I think of no one but you. Compassionate one, grant your blessings. Dispel the darkness that surrounds my heart. Please bless me so that I can realize the unelaborated nature of mine. Jabdrangi dome zamlingen, dragpe tong sum yong la kya, so me gawa dorje chan, pa jigtan gompe shaladu. Du tak du sam gu kyo le me jinji lob shik tok jay chan ningi mon pasel ne kang, sam jojal du par jinjilo. Please turn the wheel of the Dharma of the two vehicles in their combination, according to the disposition, and likewise the mental capacities of sentient beings. Samchan namgi sampadam lo yije dak jitawa je chung tom mukta payi joki korlo kordu so. Okay, so now we go to the Medicine Buddha text. In the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, I take refuge respectfully through my three doors. I cultivate the mind to establish in the unsurpassed enlightenment all suffering sentient beings who have been my mothers. In the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, I take refuge respectfully through my three doors. I cultivate the mind to establish in the unsurpassed enlightenment all suffering sentient beings who have been my mothers. Sangye chodang socho gedun la gosum gupe tagtu kapsuchi dog now narwe magyar jawanam la me go pang go cheer samge do. In front and above myself is a lion throne, upon which rests a lotus, sun, and moon disk seat, on which sits the medicine Buddha, blue in color like the Vayadura jewel. In his right hand, he holds the medicine tree, and in his left, a bowl filled with nectar. In Nirmanakaya form, he radiates the light of the major and minor marks. He is surrounded by the lamas, yidams, and the seven sugatas, with as many Buddhas and Bodhisattvas as the number of dust particles in the sunlight. They radiate light in all directions from their three special places, inviting the wisdom beings who dissolve into the Samaya beings. They are the embodiment of wisdom, compassion, power, and activities to dispel the sicknesses of all sentient beings. Rang dun sentry pe mani de ten Sangye men la bedur ya yi do Jagye men shen yon pa lung se zen Senpe wo cho toku cha lu chen Lama yidam de shek dun la so Sangye changsam nisa du ta tri Ne sum le ni wo ze chokun cho Yeshe sampa chang drang ten la ten Kun gang jo wei ne nam jom pe chu Can say nu tu trin le dagni chen. The healing master of lapis lazuli radiance is sitting on the crown of my head. On the crown of the healing master of lapis lazuli radiance is the Tathagata, king of clear knowing, whose body is red in color. His right hand is in the mudra of supreme giving, and his left is in the meditative equipoise. On the crown of King of Clear Knowing is the Tathagata, melodious ocean of Dharma proclaimed, whose body is pale red in color, and whose both hands are in the mudra of expounding the Dharma. On the crown of melodious ocean of Dharma proclaimed is the Tathagata, supreme glory free from sorrow, whose body is light red in color, and whose both hands are in the mudra of meditative equipoise. On the crown of supreme glory free from sorrow is the Tathagata, stainless excellent gold, whose body is golden color, and whose both hands are in the mudra of expounding the Dharma. On the crown of stainless excellent gold is the Tathagata, king of melodious sound, whose body is golden color. His right hand is in the mudra of supreme giving, and his left is in the meditative equipoise. On the crown of king of melodious sound is the Tathagata, glorious renown of excellent signs, whose body is golden color. His right hand is in the mudra of granting protection, and his left is in the meditative equipoise. Om Sarva Tathagata Saparivara Argam Pratitsa Soha. Om Sarva Tathagata Saparivara Padyam Pratitsa Soha. Om Sarva Tathagata Saparivara Pushpam Pratitsa Soha. Om Sarva Tathagata Saparivara Dupam Pratitsa Soha. Om Sarva Tathagata Saparivara Alokam Pratitsa Soha. Om Sarva Tathagata Saparivara Gande Pratitsa Soha. Om Sarva Tathagata Saparivara Nuitaya Pratitsa Soha. Om Sarva Tathagata Saparivara Shapta Pratitsa Soha. I praise and prostrate to the medicine Buddha, who radiates the light of the Vayadhara jewel. Exalted One, your compassion pervades all beings, dispelling the suffering of the lower realms and the sickness of the three poisons by the mere hearing of your name. I confess the evil deeds which I have accumulated from beginningless time. I rejoice in all virtue. I beseech you to turn the wheel of Dharma of the three yanas and abide until the end of samsara. The Exalted One, Lama, the King of Medicine, you possess the glory of the spontaneous establishment of the two benefits. May all sentient beings who are tortured by the sickness of the three poisons have the glory of joy, happiness, and freedom from illness. Turkje kun la non pe chom dende, sensam tope nandro dugnal sal. Duk som ne sal sange mangila, beduya yi vola chak salto. Dog me ne sag dig sag go yi rang. Tag sum choki korlo korzation. Nyanyan mita sita sok paso. La me mente galpo shom dende. Gong ni longi jupe pal nawa. Duk sum neki zerwe jowanam. Ne me gade palate paso. I invoke the commitment of the 8 Sugatas and retinues by the recitation of the mantras. Limitless light rays of wisdom and compassion manifest from their bodies and pervade myself and all sentient beings, especially the ones who are the focus of my attention. They purify the obscurations of karma, afflictive emotions, sickness, possession, evil deeds, and broken samaya, which are all purified. In an instant, all achieve the various realizations of all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Tepe kuku deshe korche ki kusong tugle wozer pak metro. Meg your soul che kam sum sam chen gi. Dog me ne sag le nyong dig drip dang. Ne don dam shig nam shag malu jang. They shake say jay jin lab tin zin to. This is it, the sacred flame. We pay homage to the seven Sugatas who display the mother wisdom of the controlled mind. In this moment, without hesitation, we pray for wisdom to heal our illnesses of body and mind. You are the guardians of the mountain wisdom of fire. You display the self-arising discipline of root confidence and wisdom to heal. Buddhas, at this appointed time, bestow the light of healing fire. All the great bodhisattvas who light the path to absolute nature, all knowing ones of enlightened wisdom and compassion, you are the vast ocean of promise to heal all illnesses. All you Buddhas, without hesitation, bestow your healing compassion. May it all be accomplished. May it all be so. Deata, gume, gume, meni, mehi, mati, mati, sata, tadagata, samadaya, dish, tate, ate, mate, pale, papam, shodane, sora, papam, nasaya, mama, Buddha, Buddha, tame, ume, kume, Buddha, shatra, pari, sodhane. Damane, Dame, Meru, Meru, Meru Shikari, Sara, Akala, Metiu, Nara Rene, Bude, Subude, Buddha, Destate, Naraka San Tume, Sara, Deva, Same, Asame, Samava, Haran Tume, Sara, Buddha, Bodhi, Sattva, Same, Prashaman Tume, Sara, Ijupa, Badaya, Purani, Puriyame, Sara, Saya, Badori, Pratibashi, Sara, Papam, Kasam, Kai, Soha. Deata, gume, gume, meni, mehi, mati, mati, sapta, tadagata, samadaya, dish, tate, ate, mate, pale, papam, shadhane. Sara, papam, nasaya, mama, Buddha, Buddha, tame, ume, kume, Buddha, shatra, pari, shadhane. Damane, Dame, Meru, 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 Shikari, Sara, Akala, Metiu, Nara, Rene. Bude, Subude, Buddha, Destate, Naraka, San, Tume. Sara, Deva, Same, Asame, Samava, Haran, Tume. Sara, Buddha, Bodhi, Sattva, Same, Prashaman, Tume. Sara, Ijupa, Drawa, Baya, Daya, Purani, Puriyame, Sara, Saya, Badori, Pratibashi. Sara, Papam, Kusam, Kai, Soha. Deata, gume, gume, meni, mati, mati, sapta, tadagata, samadaya, dish, tate, ate, mati, pali, papam, shodhane. Sara, papam, nasaya, mama, Buddha, Buddha, tame, ume, kume. Buddha, shatra, pari, sodhane, damane, dame, meru, 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 shikari, Sara, akala, metiu, nara, rene. Bude, Subude, Buddha, Destate, Naraka, San, Tume. Sara, Deva, Same, Asame, Samava, Haran, Tume. Sara, Buddha, Bodhi, Sattva, Same, Prashaman, Tume. Sara, Ijupa, Drawa, Baya, Daya, Purani, Puriyame, Sara, Isaya, Baduri, Pratibashi, Sara, Papam, Kasam, Kari, Soha. I make my offerings to you, who destroyed the enemy, negative life cycle changes, who has thus gone to the state of enlightenment like other Buddhas, who perfectly accomplished the quality of the Buddha, the supreme physician, who is fully liberated and awakened, the enlightened one, medicine Buddha, Sangye Menla, Badoya, the pure land of the king of physicians. Om Namo Bhagavate, Biganze, Guru, Badura, Prabha Rajaya, Tadagataya, Arhate Samayak Sambuddhaya, Teata, Om, Beganze, Beganze, Maha, Beganze, Beganze, Raja Samogate Soha. Teata, Om, Beganze, Beganze, Maha, Beganze, Beganze, Raja Samogate Soha. Teata Om Beganze Beganze Maha Beganze Beganze Raja Samogade Soha. Teata Om Beganze Beganze Maha Beganze Beganze Raja Samogade Soha. Teata Om Beganze Beganze Maha Beganze Beganze Raja Samogade Soha. Teata Om Beganze Beganze Maha Beganze Beganze Raja Samogade Soha. Teata Om Beganze Beganze Maha Beganze Beganze Raja Samogade Soha. Teata Om Beganze Beganze Maha Beganze Beganze Raja Samogade Soha. Teata Om Beganze Beganze Maha Beganze Beganze Raja Samogade Soha. Teata Om Beganze Beganze Maha Beganze Beganze Raja Samogade Soha. Teata Om Beganze Beganze Maha Beganze Beganze Raja Samogade Soha. Teata Om Beganze Beganze Maha Beganze Beganze Raja Samogade Soha. Teata Om Beganze Beganze Maha Beganze Beganze Raja Samogade Soha. Teata Om Beganze Beganze Maha Beganze Beganze Raja Samogade Soha. Teata Om Beganze Beganze Maha Beganze Beganze Raja Samogade Soha. Teata Om Beganze Beganze Raja Samogade Soha. Teata Om Beganze Beganze Maha Beganze Beganze Raja Samogade Soha. Teata Om Beganze Beganze Maha Beganze Beganze Raja Samogade Soha. Teata Om Beganze Beganze Maha Beganze Beganze Raja Samogade Soha. Teata Om Beganze Beganze Maha Beganze Beganze Raja Samogade Soha. Teata Samogade Soha. Teata Om Beganze Beganze Maha Beganze Beganze Raja Samogade Soha. Teata Om Beganze Beganze Maha Beganze Beganze Raja Samogade Soha. Teata Om Beganze Beganze Maha Beganze Beganze Raja Samogade Soha. Teata Om Beganze Beganze Maha Beganze Beganze Raja Samogade Soha. Teata Om Beganze Beganze Maha Beganze Beganze Raja Samogade Soha. Teata Om Beganze Beganze Maha Beganze Beganze Raja Samogade Soha. Teyata Om Be Ganze Maha Be Ganze Raja Samogade Soha. Teyata Om Be Ganze Maha Be Ganze Raja Samogade Soha. Teyata Om Be Ganze Maha Be Ganze Raja Samogade Soha. Teyata Om Be Ganze Maha Be Ganze Raja Samogade Soha. Teyata Om Be Ganze Maha Be Ganze Raja Samogade Soha. Teyata Om Be Ganze Maha Be Ganze Raja Samogade Soha. Teyata Om Be Ganze Maha Be Ganze Raja Samogade Soha. Teyata Om Be Ganze Maha Be Ganze Raja Samogade Soha. Teyata Om Be Ganze Maha Be Ganze Raja Samogade Soha. Teyata Om Be Ganze Maha Be Ganze Raja Samogade Soha. Teyata Om Be Ganze Maha Be Ganze Raja Samogade Soha. Teyata Om Be Ganze Maha Be Ganze Raja Samogade Soha. Teyata Om Be Ganze Maha Be Ganze Raja Samogade Soha. Teyata Om Be Ganze Maha Be Ganze Raja Samogade Soha. Teyata Om Be Ganze Maha Be Ganze Raja Samogade Soha. Teyata Om Be Ganze Maha Be Ganze Raja Samogade Soha. Teyata Om Be Ganze Maha Be Ganze Raja Samogade Soha. Teyata Om Be Ganze Maha Be Ganze Raja Samogade Soha. Teyata Om Be Ganze Maha Be Ganze Raja Samogade Soha. Teyata Om Be Ganze Maha Be Ganze Raja Samogade Soha. Teyata Om Be Ganze Maha Be Ganze Raja Samogade Soha. Teyata Om Be Ganze Maha Be Ganze Raja Samogade Soha. Teyata Om Be Ganze Maha Be Ganze Raja Samogade Soha. Teyata Om Be Ganze Maha Be Ganze Raja Samogade Soha. Teyata Om Be Ganze Maha Be Ganze Raja Samogade Soha. Teyata Om Be Ganze Maha Be Ganze Raja Samogade Soha. Teyata Om Be Ganze Maha Be Ganze Raja Samogade Soha. Teyata Om Be Ganze Maha Be Ganze Raja Samogade Soha. Teyata Om Be Ganze Maha Be Ganze Raja Samogade Soha. Teyata Om Be Ganze Maha Be Ganze Raja Samogade Soha. Teyata Om Be Ganze Maha Be Ganze Raja Samogade Soha. Teyata Om Bigaze Bigaze Maha Bigaze Bigaze Raja Samugade Soha. Teyata Om Bigaze Bigaze Maha Bigaze Bigaze Raja Samugade Soha. Teyata Om Bigaze Bigaze Maha Bigaze Bigaze Raja Samugade Soha. Teyata Om Bigaze Bigaze Maha Bigaze Bigaze Raja Samugade Soha. Teyata Om Bigaze Bigaze Maha Bigaze Bigaze Raja Samugade Soha. Teyata Om Bigaze Bigaze Maha Bigaze Bigaze Raja Samugade Soha. Teyata Om Bigaze Bigaze Maha Bigaze Bigaze Raja Samugade Soha. Teyata Om Bigaze Bigaze Maha Bigaze Bigaze Raja Samugade Soha. Teyata Om Bigaze Bigaze Maha Bigaze Bigaze Raja Samugade Soha. Teyata Om Bigaze Bigaze Maha Bigaze Bigaze Raja Samugade Soha. Teyata Om Bigaze Bigaze Maha Bigaze Bigaze Raja Samugade Soha. Teyata Om Bigaze Bigaze Maha Bigaze Bigaze Raja Samugade Soha. Teyata Om Bigaze Bigaze Maha Bigaze Bigaze Raja Samugade Soha. Teyata Om Bigaze Bigaze Maha Bigaze Bigaze Raja Samugade Soha. Teyata Om Bigaze Bigaze Maha Bigaze Bigaze Raja Samugade Soha. Teyata Om Bigaze Bigaze Maha Bigaze Bigaze Raja Samugade Soha. Teyata Om Bigaze Bigaze Maha Bigaze Bigaze Raja Samugade Soha. Teyata Om Bigaze Bigaze Maha Bigaze Bigaze Raja Samugade Soha. Teyata Om Bigaze Bigaze Maha Bigaze Bigaze Raja Samugade Soha. Teyata Om Bigaze Bigaze Maha Bigaze Bigaze Raja Samugade Soha. Teyata Om Bigaze Bigaze Maha Bigaze Bigaze Raja Samugade Soha. Teyata Om Bigaze Bigaze Maha Bigaze Bigaze Raja Samugade Soha. Teyata Om Bigaze Bigaze Maha Bigaze Bigaze Raja Samugade Soha. Teyata Om Bigaze Bigaze Maha Bigaze Bigaze Raja Samugade Soha. Teyata Om Bigaze Bigaze Maha Bigaze Bigaze Raja Samugade Soha. Teyata Om Bigaze Bigaze Maha Bigaze Bigaze Raja Samugade Soha. Teyata Om Bigaze Bigaze Maha Bigaze Bigaze Raja Samugade Soha. Teyata Om Bigaze Bigaze Maha Bigaze Bigaze Raja Samugade Soha. Teyata Om Bigaze Bigaze Maha Bigaze Bigaze Raja Samugade Soha. Teyata Om Bigaze Bigaze Maha Bigaze Bigaze Raja Samugade Soha. Teyata Om Bigaze Bigaze Maha Bigaze Bigaze Raja Samugade Soha. Teyata Om Bigaze Bigaze Maha Bigaze Bigaze Raja Samugade Soha. Teyata Om Bigaze Bigaze Maha Bigaze Bigaze Raja Samugade Soha. Teyata Om Bigaze Bigaze Maha Bigaze Bigaze Raja Samugade Soha. Teyata Om Bigaze Bigaze Maha Bigaze Bigaze Raja Samugade Soha. Teyata Om Bigaze Bigaze Maha Bigaze Bigaze Raja Samugade Soha. Teyata Om Bigaze Bigaze Maha Bigaze Bigaze Raja Samugade Soha. Teyata Om Bigaze Bigaze Maha Bigaze Bigaze Raja Samugade Soha. Teyata Om Bigaze Bigaze Maha Bigaze Bigaze Raja Samugade Soha. Teyata Om Bigaze Bigaze Maha Bigaze Bigaze Raja Samugade Soha. Teyata Om Bigaze Bigaze Maha Bigaze Bigaze Raja Samugade Soha. Teyata Om Bigaze Bigaze Maha Bigaze Bigaze Raja Samugade Soha. Teyata Om Bigaze Bigaze Maha Bigaze Bigaze Raja Samugade Soha. Continue. Dehaton Bigazi Ma Bigazi Raja Zamugade Zoa, they don't Bigazi Ma Bigazi Raja Zamugade Zoa, they don't Bigazi Ma Bigazi Raja Zamugade Zoa. Dehaton Bigazi Ma Bigazi Raja Zamugade Zoa, they don't Bigazi Ma Bigazi Raja Zamugade Zoa, they don't Bigazi Ma Bigazi Raja Zamugade Zoa. Dadon bigazi ma bigazi raza zamugade zoadi don bigazi ma bigazi raza zamugade zoadi don bigazi ma bigazi raza zamugade zoadi don bigazi ma bigazi raza zamugade zoadi. Dadon bigazi ma bigazi raza zamugade zoadi don bigazi ma bigazi raza zamugade zoadi don bigazi ma bigazi raza zamugade zoadi don bigazi ma bigazi raza zamugade zoadi. Dadon bigazi ma bigazi raza zamugade zoadi don bigazi ma bigazi raza zamugade zoadi don bigazi ma bigazi raza zamugade zoadi don bigazi ma bigazi raza zamugade zoadi. Dadon bigazi ma bigazi raza zamugade zoadi don bigazi ma bigazi raza zamugade zoadi don bigazi ma bigazi raza zamugade zoadi don bigazi ma bigazi raza zamugade zoadi. Dadon bigazi ma bigazi raza zamugade zoadi don bigazi ma bigazi raza zamugade zoadi don bigazi ma bigazi raza zamugade zoadi don bigazi ma bigazi raza zamugade zoadi. Dadon bigazi ma bigazi raza zamugade zoadi don bigazi ma bigazi raza zamugade zoadi don bigazi ma bigazi raza zamugade zoadi don bigazi ma bigazi raza zamugade zoadi. Dadon bigazi ma bigazi raza zamugade zoadi don 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 bigazi ma bigazi raza zamugade zoadi. Don't bigazi ma bigazi raza zamugade zoadi don 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 bigazi ma bigazi raza zamugade. Dadon bigazi ma bigazi raza zamugade zoadi don bigazi ma bigazi raza zamugade zoadi don bigazi ma bigazi raza zamugade zoadi don bigazi ma bigazi raza zamugade. Dadon bigazi ma bigazi raza zamugade zoadi don bigazi ma bigazi raza zamugade zoadi don bigazi ma bigazi raza zamugade zoadi don bigazi ma bigazi raza zamugade zoadi. Dadon bigazi ma bigazi raza zamugade zoadi don bigazi ma bigazi raza zamugade zoadi don bigazi ma bigazi raza zamugade zoadi don bigazi ma bigazi raza zamugade zoadi. Dadon bigazi ma bigazi raza zamugade zoadi don bigazi ma bigazi raza zamugade zoadi don bigazi ma bigazi raza zamugade zoadi don bigazi ma bigazi raza zamugade zoadi. Dadon bigazi ma bigazi raza zamugade zoadi don bigazi ma bigazi raza zamugade zoadi don bigazi ma bigazi raza zamugade zoadi don bigazi ma bigazi raza zamugade zoadi. Dadon bigazi ma bigazi raza zamugade zoadi don 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 bigazi ma bigazi raza zamugade zoadi. Dadon because ma because rather Zamuganda is what they don't because ma because rather Zamuganda is what they don't because ma because rather Zamuganda is what they don't because ma because Dadon because ma because rather Zamuganda is what they don't because ma because rather Zamuganda is what they don't because ma because rather Zamuganda is what they don't because ma because rather Zamuganda don't because ma because rather Zamuganda is what they don't because ma because rather Zamuganda is what they don't because ma because rather Zamuganda is I don't because ma because rather Zamuganda is what they don't because ma because rather Zamuganda is what they don't because ma because ma because rather Zamuganda is what they don't because ma because rather don't because ma because rather Zamuganda is what they don't because ma because rather Zamuganda is what they don't because ma because rather Zamuganda is what they don't because ma because rather don't because ma because rather Zamuganda is what they don't because ma because rather Zamuganda is what they don't because ma because rather Zamuganda is what they don't because ma because don't because ma because rather Zamuganda is what they don't because ma because rather Zamuganda is what they don't because ma because ma because rather Zamuganda is don't because ma because ma because rather Zamuganda is what they don't because ma because rather Zamuganda is what they don't because ma because rather Zamuganda is don't because ma because rather Zamuganda is what they don't because ma because rather Zamuganda is what they don't because ma because rather Zamuganda is what they don't because ma because don't because ma because rather Zamuganda is what they don't because ma because rather Zamuganda is what they don't because ma because rather Zamuganda is what they don't because ma because don't because ma because rather Zamuganda is what they don't because ma because rather Zamuganda is what they don't because ma because rather don't because ma because rather Zamuganda is what they don't because ma because rather Zamuganda is what they don't because ma because rather Zamuganda don't because ma because rather Zamuganda is what they don't because ma because rather Zamuganda is what they don't because ma because rather Zamuganda don't because ma because rather Zamuganda is what they don't because ma because rather Zamuganda is what they don't because ma because rather Zamuganda is what they don't because ma because don't because ma because rather Zamuganda is what they don't because ma because rather Zamuganda is what they don't because ma because rather Zamuganda don't because ma because rather Zamuganda is what they don't because ma because rather Zamuganda is what they don't because ma because rather Zamuganda is what they don't because ma because don't because ma because rather Zamuganda is what they don't because ma because rather Zamuganda is what they don't because ma because rather Zamuganda don't because ma because rather Zamuganda is what they don't because ma because rather Zamuganda is what they don't because ma because rather Zamuganda is what they don't because ma because rather Zamuganda is what they don't because ma because rather Zamuganda is what because ma because they don't because ma because rather Zamuganda is what they don't because ma because rather Zamuganda is what they don't because ma because they don't because ma because rather Zamuganda is what they don't because ma because rather Zamuganda is what they don't because ma because rather Zamuganda is what Don't because ma because rather samugati somebody 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 don't because ma because rather samugati don't because ma because rather samugate so they don't because ma because rather samugate so take a drink, take a break, continue if you wish. Om because ma because rather samugati so they don't because ma because rather samugati so they don't because ma because rather samugati so they don't because ma because rather samugati so don't because ma because rather samugati so they don't because ma because rather samugati so they don't because ma because rather samugati so they don't because ma because rather samugati so don't because ma because rather samugati so they don't because ma because rather samugati so they don't because ma because rather samugati so they don't because ma because rather samugati so don't because ma because rather samugati so they don't because ma because rather samugati so they don't because ma because rather samugati don't because ma because rather samugati so they don't because ma because rather samugati so they don't because ma because rather samugati so they don't because ma because don't because ma because rather samugati so they don't because ma because rather samugati so they don't because ma because rather samugati so don't because ma because rather samugati so they don't because ma because rather samugati so they don't because ma because rather samugati don't because ma because rather samugati so they 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 don't because ma because rather don't because ma because rather samugati so they don't because ma because rather samugati so they don't because ma because rather samugati don't because ma because rather samugati so they don't because ma because rather samugati so they don't because ma because don't because ma because rather samugati so they don't because ma because rather samugati so they don't because ma because rather samugati so don't because ma because rather samugati so they don't because ma because rather samugati so they don't because ma because rather samugati so they don't because ma because Dadon, because ma, because rather Zamugade over don't because ma, because rather Zamugade over don't because ma, because Dadon, because ma, because rather Zamugade over don't because ma, because rather Zamugade over don't because ma, because don't because ma, because rather Zamugade is over don't because ma, because rather Zamugade is over don't because ma, because rather Zamugade is over don't because ma, because don't because ma, because rather Zamugade is over don't because ma, because rather Zamugade is over don't because ma, because rather Zamugade is over don't because ma, because don't because ma, because rather Zamugade is over don't because ma, because rather Zamugade is over don't because ma, because rather Zamugade is over don't because ma, because don't because ma, because rather Zamugade is over don't because ma, because rather Zamugade is over don't because ma, because rather Zamugade is over don't because ma, because don't because ma, because rather Zamugade is over don't because ma, because rather Zamugade is over don't because ma, because rather Zamugade is over don't because ma, don't because ma, because rather Zamugade is over don't because ma, because ma, because rather Zamugade is over don't because ma, because don't because ma, because rather Zamugade is over don't because ma, because rather Zamugade is over don't because ma, don't because ma, because rather Zamugade is over don't because ma, because rather Zamugade is over don't because ma, because don't because ma, because rather Zamugade is over 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 don't because ma, because don't because ma, because rather Zamugade is over 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 don't because ma, because don't because ma, because rather Zamugade is over 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 don't because ma, because don't because ma, because rather Zamugade is over 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 don't because ma, because don't because ma, because rather Zamugade is over 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 don't because ma, because rather don't because ma, because rather Zamugade is over don't because ma, because rather Zamugade is over don't because ma, because rather Zamugade is over don't because ma, because Tadam, because ma, because Reza Zamuga, there's already don't because ma, because Reza Zamuga, there's already don't because ma, because Reza Zamuga, there's already don't because ma, because Reza Zamuga. Because ma, because Reza Zamuga, there's already don't because ma, because Reza Zamuga, there's already don't because ma, because Reza Zamuga, there's already don't because ma, because Reza Zamuga. Because ma, because Reza Zamuga, there's already don't because ma, because Reza Zamuga, there's already don't because ma, because Reza Zamuga, there's already don't because ma, because Reza don't because ma, because Reza Zamuga, there's already don't because ma, because Reza Zamuga, there's already don't because ma, because Reza Zamuga, there's already don't because ma, because because ma, because Reza Zamuga, there's already don't because ma, because Reza Zamuga, there's already don't because ma, because Reza Zamuga, there's already don't because ma, because because ma, because Reza Zamuga, there's already don't because ma, because Reza Zamuga, there's already don't because ma, because Reza Zamuga, there's already don't because ma, because don't because ma, because Reza Zamuga, there's already don't because ma, because Reza Zamuga, there's already don't because ma, because Reza Zamuga, there's already don't because ma, because Reza Zamuga. Don't because ma, because Reza Zamuga, there's already don't because ma, because Reza Zamuga, there's already don't because ma, because Reza Zamuga, there's already don't because Beata Om Be Ganze Maha Be Ganze Raja Samugata Soha Beata Om Be Ganze Maha Be Ganze Raja Samugata Soha Beata Om Be Ganze Maha Be Ganze Raja Samugate Soha. Now the dissolution. The assembly of the mandala melts into light and dissolves into the central figure, Medicine Buddha. Glorious renown of excellent signs melts into light and dissolves into the crown of the king of melodious sound. The king of melodious sound melts into light and dissolves into the crown of stainless excellent gold. Stainless excellent gold melts into light and dissolves into the crown of supreme glory free from sorrow. Supreme glory free from sorrow melts into light and dissolves into the crown of melodious ocean of Dharma proclaimed. Melodious ocean of Dharma proclaimed melts into light and dissolves into the crown, king of clear knowing. The king of clear knowing melts into light and dissolves into the crown of the healing master of lapis lazuli radiance. From the three special places of the body, speech, and mind of the medicine Buddha, white, red, and blue transcendent awareness light radiates and dissolves into my three special places, purifying the three obscurations. The medicine Buddha melts into light and dissolves into me through the crown of my head. I become inseparable from the great embodiment of all the victorious wisdom and compassion. Corso gusu so kulat manle kusong togli ne song le was a karma te ge yeshetro rangi ne som tempe drip sum dai So wo shu rangi chi wo ten. Yer mei gyao kun kyong se rang zu che. Dong shuk cha gya chen po na so. I rest in the state of Mahamudra, all-pervading emptiness. So now we will do a meditation of dissolution, so we can visualize again the seven Sugatas dissolving one in another into Medicine Buddha, who is on the crown of our head, and Medicine Buddha comes down through the center channel into our heart center, 2 inches high, with the Hung syllable at his heart center, at our heart center, radiating blue light to all beings. And now that blue light, now that Hung syllable is rising from the bottom up and becoming invisible, dissolving into the emptiness, into the shunyata. And we catch a glimpse of the Mahamudra, of the meditation mind. So we will have time for a 15-minute dissolution meditation. So if your mind wanders, you can bring it back to the dissolution, bring it back to visualizing the seven Sugatas. You can bring it to the Hung syllable at the heart, rising up, disappearing as it goes into the emptiness. So stay in the 7-point posture of Varanchana. Your legs are crossed. You're sitting on a chair, your legs are together, your back is straight, you're sitting on the edge of the chair. If you're on a cushion, your legs are crossed, your back is straight. Your hands can be at your knees or can be 4 inches below your navel in the classic meditation position. Your shoulders back, which pulls your hands right into your navel. Your head is just a little bit forward. Your neck is just a little bit forward. Your chin is a little bit down. Your eyes open or closed. If they're open, just to gaze in the direction of your nose, 4 feet or so out in front of you, not looking at anything special, just to gaze. Your eyes are closed in the beginning is good, less distractions. And your mouth is closed, your tongue is on the roof of your mouth behind your front teeth. If it's easier for you to breathe through your mouth, then by all means, open your mouth, breathe as you need to. We begin by taking a deep breath through both nostrils, filling our lungs with fresh, clean, pure air by expanding our abdomen, pulling the diaphragm down, which opens up the lungs, sucking that air into our lungs. And we hold that breath with our abdomen expanded and held. And exhale through both nostrils, squeezing the abdomen, pushing against the diaphragm, pushing against the lungs, pushing out all that stale, negative, dark air out. And we hold that empty breath. Breathe in. Exhale. Breathe in. Exhale. Breathe in. Exhale. Stay relaxed and breathe at your own pace. When your mind wanders, you can bring it back to watching the breath. You can visualize the dissolution of the seven sugatas, the dissolution of the hung syllables, watching the breath. Take a deep breath, hold it. Raise your hands up over your head. Look up between your hands at the ceiling and stretch your arms, stretch your back, stretch your neck. Exhale, release your arms. Hold that empty, vacant breath. Take a deep breath. Fill your lungs. Raise your arms up over your head. Look up between your hands at the ceiling and stretch. Hold the breath. Relax. Let your arms come down. Exhale. Hold that vacant breath. Breathe in again one last time, very completely. Breathe in, raise your arms up over your head. Bring your hands together, look between your hands at the ceiling and stretch. Hold the breath. Exhale, release your arms. Exhale completely, bringing your arms down. Hold the breath. Relax and just breathe normal. Open your eyes. And we come to the dedication. By this virtue, may I quickly accomplish medicine Buddha. All sentient beings, without exception, may I establish in that state. Dewa diyi nor du dai, Sangye men la drugyerne, Jurwa chikyang malupa, Diyi sala gopa sho. By the merit of performing all the offerings, praise, recitation, and meditation, may I and all sentient beings have very long, happy lives free from illness. At the time of death, may we see the faces of the Buddhas of the Veladora realm or other pure Buddha fields. In the future, may I and all sentient beings be born in the center of lotuses in Buddha fields, and completing the vast two accumulations, achieve the state of the highest enlightenment. Chotu de gongi pe ge wadi, se du se ring ne me de ki den. Chize bedu yanang shen lak log. Nam dag shin du sange shao tong so. Jungir ma wong da so jo wa nam. Sange shin du pe me mien po le. Trong te ga chen sog ni rab zog ne. La me chang chu go pang tob yo chi. Very good. Thank you very much. Does anybody have any comments, any questions about the practice?
Hey, Lance, quick question on the dedication.
Yes.
The two accumulations.
Yes.
What are the two accumulations, Lance?
The accumulation of wisdom and merit.
And also, on the page before in the conclusion and dissolution, the three obscurations.
There's three obscurations. Yes, that paragraph says, from the three special places of the body, speech, and mind of the medicine Buddha, white, red, and blue transcendent awareness light radiates and dissolves into my three special places, purifying the three obscurations. So the three obscurations are the afflictive emotions. The afflictive emotions that are generated in the brain, in the little mind, that blocks up the heart center, the big mind, the afflictive emotions that kind of block up our heart. The second is cognitive wisdom, being able to recognize the critical thinking that we have to be able to understand the changes of being able to liberate oneself from all things, including our own mind. That the cognitive wisdom is recognizing that this is our mind, and our mind is part of the emptiness. We experience the emptiness through our mind. And then the third of the obscurations are our habitual tendencies. Habitual tendencies. That even though that we have accomplished merit, we've accomplished wisdom and so on, that there still are these residual tendencies, these residual things up that are harbingers of what we still have to work on. So we should pay attention to those habitual tendencies that we have, because they are telling us what we've accomplished and what it is that we still need to work on. Sometimes we see those habitual tendencies changing, that we're becoming much better people, that we're much happier and so on. The things that used to bother us don't bother us. The things that used to affect us, we don't see them anymore. But then there are some things that we still fall prey to things. So the afflictive emotions, the mental misconceptions is another way of saying the cognitive wisdom, the mental misconceptions that we have, and then the habitual tendencies are the three obscurations. Good question. Thank you.
Thank you, Pema Dorje.
Okay, so let's read the aspiration vows of the medicine Buddha, the 12 vows. So if we can do that and take turns doing that, that would be great. So Kate in Ohio, Katie, if you can begin with the first great vow and the title, and then Tom, if you'll read the second, please. And then Zara, if you will read the third, please. And then B, if you will read the fourth. And Kate, if you will read the fifth, Kate Treadwell. And then I'll let you guys recite, and I'll be the recipient. So when you're ready, Kate, please begin.
Aspiration vows of the medicine Buddha when he was cultivating the Bodhisattva path. First great vow. I vow that in a future life, when I have attained supreme perfect enlightenment, brilliant rays will shine forth from my body, illuminating infinite, countless, boundless realms. This body will be adorned with the 32 marks of greatness and 80 auspicious characteristics. Furthermore, I will enable all sentient beings to become just like me.
Second great vow. I vow that in a future life, when I have attained supreme enlightenment, my body, inside and out, irradiate far and wide the clarity and flawless purity of lapis lazuli. This body will be adorned with the superlative virtues and dwell peacefully in the midst of the web of light, more magnificent than the sun or moon. The light will awaken the minds of all beings dwelling in darkness, enabling them to engage in their pursuit according to their wishes.
Third great vow. I vow that in a future life, when I have attained supreme enlightenment, I will, with infinite wisdom and skillful means, provide all sentient beings with an inexhaustible quantity of goods to meet their material needs. They will never want for anything.
Fourth great vow. I vow that in a future life, when I have attained supreme enlightenment, I will set all who follow heretical ways upon the path to enlightenment. Likewise, I will set all those who follow the Shravaka and Pratyekabuddha ways onto the Mahayana path.
Fifth great vow. I vow that in a future life, when I have attained supreme enlightenment, I will help all the countless beings who cultivate the path of morality in accordance with my Dharma, to observe the rules of conduct to perfection in conformity with the three root precepts. Do not what is evil, do what is good, be of benefit to all sentient beings. Even those guilty of disparaging or violating the precepts will regain their purity upon hearing my name and avoid descending upon the evil paths.
Sixth great vow. I vow that in a future life, when I have attained supreme enlightenment, sentient beings with imperfect bodies, whose senses are deficient, who are ugly, stupid, blind, deaf, mute, crippled, hunchback, leprous, insane, or suffering from various other illnesses, will, upon hearing my name, acquire well-formed bodies, endowed with intelligence, with all senses intact. They will be free of illness and suffering.
Seventh great vow. I vow that in a future life, when I have attained supreme enlightenment, sentient beings afflicted with various illnesses, with no one to help them, nowhere to turn, no physician, no medicine, no family, no home, who are destitute and miserable, will soon as my name passes through their ears, be relieved of all their illnesses, with mind and body peaceful and contented. They will enjoy home, family, and property in abundance and eventually realize unsurpassed supreme enlightenment.
Eighth great vow. I vow that in a future life, when I have attained supreme enlightenment, those women and men who are extremely disgusted with the 100 afflictions that befall men and women and wish to transform their form, will, upon hearing my name, all be reborn as they wish. Following is the unedited original sorry.
Ninth great vow. I vow that in a future life, when I have attained supreme enlightenment, I will help all sentient beings escape from the demon's net and free themselves from the bonds of heretical paths. Should they be caught in the thicket of wrong views, I will lead them to correct views, gradually inducing them to cultivate the practices of bodhisattvas and swiftly realize supreme perfect enlightenment.
10th great vow. I vow that in a future life, when I have attained supreme enlightenment, those sentient beings who are shackled, beaten, imprisoned, condemned to death, or otherwise subjected to countless miseries and humiliations by royal decree, and who are suffering in body and mind from this oppression, need only hear my name to be freed from all these afflictions, thanks to the awesome power of my merits and virtues.
11th great vow. I vow that in a future life, when I've attained supreme enlightenment, if sentient beings who are tormented by hunger and thirst to the point of creating evil karma in their attempts to survive, should succeed in hearing my name, recite it single-mindedly and hold fast to it, I will first satisfy them with the most exquisite food and drink. Ultimately, it is through the flavor of the Dharma that I will establish them in the realm of peace and happiness.
12th grade vow. I vow that in a future life, when I have attained supreme enlightenment, the sentient beings who are utterly destitute, lacking clothes, to protect them from mosquitoes and flies, heat and cold, are suffering day and night, should hear my name, recite it single-mindedly, and hold fast to it. Their wishes will be fulfilled. They will immediately receive all manners of exquisite clothing, precious adornments, flower garlands, and incense powder, and will enjoy music and entertainment to their heart's content. Manjushri, these are the 12 sublime vows made by the world-honored medicine Buddha, Lapis Lazuli Radiance Tathagata, Arhat, the perfectly enlightened, when he was cultivating the Bodhisattva path.
Very good. Thank you all very much. Okay, does anybody else have any comments or questions about this? No? Okay, so then we read the 4-line prayer, Shantideva's 4-line prayer for healing. So we all recite this together 3 times. May every being ailing from disease be freed at once from every malady. May all the sickness that afflicts the living be instantly and permanently healed. May every being ailing from disease be freed at once from every malady. May all the sickness that afflicts the living be instantly and permanently healed. May every being ailing from disease be freed at once from every malady. May all the sickness that afflicts the living be instantly and permanently healed. Thank you. And now we turn to our dedications on page 18, 19, 20, 21 on the Buddhism 101 book. If you don't have that, you've got the Deity Yoga book handy. It's page 157. So we recite in English. Dorje Chang, Talopa, Naropa, Marpa, Milarepa, Dorma Lord Gampopa, Pagma Drupa, and Lord Drikumpa. Please bestow upon us the most auspicious blessing of all the Kagyu Lamas. By this virtue, may I achieve the all-knowing state, and may all who travel on the waves of birth, old age, sickness, and death cross the ocean of samsara by defeating all enemies, confusion, the cause of suffering. Bodhicitta, the excellent and precious mind, where it is unborn, may it arise. Where it is born, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. I pray that the Lama may have good health. I pray that the Lama may have long life. I pray that your Dharma activities spread far and wide. I pray that I may not be separated from you. As Manjushri, the warrior, realized the ultimate state, and as did Samantabhadra, I will follow in their path and fully dedicate all the merit for all sentient beings. By the blessing of the Buddhas who attained the 3 kayas, by the blessing of the truth of the unchanging Dharma as such, by the blessing of the indivisible Sangha order, may the merit I share bear fruit. By the virtues collected by myself and all being, by the virtues collected in the 3 times by myself and all beings in samsara and nirvana, and by the innate word of virtue, may I and all sentient beings quickly attain unsurpassed, perfect, complete, precious enlightenment. May the teachings of the great Trikumpa Ratna Shri, who is omniscient, Lord of the Dharma, master of interdependence, continue and increase through study, practice, contemplation, and meditation until the end of samsara. Dedication prayer by Lord Jigdan Sumgun. Glorious, holy, venerable, precious, kind root and lineage lamas, divine assembly of Yidams and assemblies of Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Yogins, Yoginis, and Dakinis, dwelling in the 10 directions, please hear my prayer. May the virtues collected in the 3 times by myself and all sentient beings in samsara and nirvana, and the innate root of virtue, not result in the 8 worldly concerns, the 4 causes of samsara, or rebirth as a Shravaka or Pratyeka Buddha. May all mother sentient beings, especially those enemies who hate me and mine, obstructors who harm, misleading Mars and the hordes of demons, experience happiness, be separated from suffering, and swiftly attain unsurpassed, perfect, complete, and precious Buddhahood. By the power of this vast root of virtue, may I benefit all beings from my body, speech, and mind. May the afflictions of desire, hatred, ignorance, arrogance, and jealousy not arise in my mind. May the afflictions of desire, hatred, ignorance, arrogance, and jealousy not arise in my mind. May attachment to fame, reputation, wealth, honor, and concern for this life not arise for even a moment. May my mind stream be moistened by loving kindness, compassion, and bodhicitta, and through that, may I become a spiritual master with good qualities equal to the infinity of space. May I gain the supreme attainment of Mahamudra in this life. May the torment of suffering not arise even at the time of my death. May I not die with negative thoughts. May I not die confused by wrong view. May I not experience an untimely death. May I die joyfully and happily in the great luminosity of the mind as such and the pervading clarity of Dharmata. May I, in any case, gain the supreme attainment of Mahamudra at the time of death or in the bardo. Om, Ah, Hum. Om, Ah, Hum. Om, Ah, Hum. May my body, speech, and mind become inseparable with the body, speech, and mind of all the enlightened ones for the benefit of all sentient beings. Thank you all very much for joining us. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Lance.
Thank you so
Pam.
much.
Thank you, Zara.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Katie. Thank you, Kate. Thank you, B.
Thank you, Lance.
Thank you, Lance.
Yes. Okay. See you all soon. We'll be Saturday at the center. So either on Zoom, you can join us on Garchen Rinpoche will be giving commentary teaching on the Heart Sutra at 1 o'clock. So that'll be great.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good
Good night.
night.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Bye-bye.